Welcome Scorpio to my channel, Mending Tree Tarot. This is a bonus reading set for the month of June. This is for the eclipse season as well as the Mercury retrograde that we are going through at this time. I have already meditated and shuffled the cards, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some of these while I'm kind of explaining a little bit more about this season, about why it is that I've decided to do a reading about the Mercury retrograde with the eclipse that's happening at this moment in time. So we have higher power, we have poised, and we have never-ending story for you. So what's interesting about this eclipse season is that eclipses are really all about unveiling information that had not been hidden. So it is not, or it had not been seen before. So just like the moon kind of comes, oh, got a card down. Give me 1 second. Gotta go get that. 1 second, I am here. Okay. So we have the Emperor there. So just like the moon covers the sun, it hides things from you. And so depending on where it is it's falling for you in your chart is going to depend on how and where that that affects you. And so for Scorpio, this is happening in your 8th house. So this is your home and family. Now the solar eclipse is happening, I believe it's on the 11th of this month. And it is, it's going to bring information. The fact that this is happening right now with the Mercury retrograde, where things are already really kind of confused and difficult to understand, and lots of communication things that are happening at this moment in time. What's kind of neat is that what maybe perhaps you didn't fully see previously is going to be hidden a little bit, but then is also going to have a big reveal for you. Also, I'm just going to note that this is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone. So please just take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Kind of starting with the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed, we have for Scorpio the higher power. So this is about you listening to your inner intuition, your inner self, your higher self. So whether or not it's for you, whatever your beliefs are, whether you believe that that's with God or angels or spirit guides, or just higher connection with yourself and your Akashic records, whatever that means for you. But this is about listening to your inner self and what your inner guidance is telling you. And leading up into this moment in time, you've been really trying to listen to that, which is good. And then we have poise. This is all about being ready to take action. And I think that in this moment in time, if you're aware of what's going on astrologically, you realize that now is not a time really to be in an aggressive mode, but you are ready to take action if you need to. And in this particular Mercury retrograde, this is, for the most part, it's always about self-assessment in some way, shape, or form, but it sometimes can mean taking action, but it's about taking conscious steps forward and really kind of thinking through about what it is that you want to do. But I think that you realize this, you know this, you're ready for changes to happen for you. I think because you have felt and you have kind of foreseen for yourself, Scorpio being a very intuitive sign, I think you've already kind of felt that things are going to be changing for the better. And so really kind of being ready to take action here, which is good. And then we have never-ending story. So this is also about kind of going around in a particular situation. This can be in matters of the heart and matters of love, for, waiting on someone in order to kind of, the energy that I'm getting from this card in this reading at this time is about, yes, you've taken a look at yourself and your actions, and that you are who you are, and you know this about yourself. But also, this can be either with your family, or this can be a loved one, whether that be romantic or not. But it looks like you're really kind of, you're knowing that you're needing to change something having to do with your relationship with someone, or some perhaps a group of people. Maybe this is changing the dynamic of your relationship with your family. I don't normally see this. This is not actually in the card, but I keep on thinking that I'm seeing a rainbow in the background. So it looks like there is like I don't know whether or not they want me to interpret that as a message or whether or not that's for somebody, but I keep on seeing like a double rainbow on either side here. And it looks like I'm going to interpret that as, you know, there is a treasure at the end of this path for you in this means of discovery, and then the self-reflection and kind of seeing where it is that you yourself are contributing to the situation, but also realizing what it is that you can't change about others. You cannot change somebody else. You can't change others, their minds, or how they think. This is more about what it is that you can change. You can only change yourself. You've taken a good hard look at what it is how you're contributing, and you can only do what you can do. I don't know who that message is for, and obviously that is not going to resonate for everyone, but what I am picking up from it is that there is kind of a light at the end of the tunnel if you keep on approaching it, if you look at the situation in that way. You can only take responsibility for yourself and your own actions. You can't take responsibility for others, and that this is a very difficult time for you, that you've been kind of working through some really intense relationship kind of things, and relationships can be romantic or it can be platonic, whatever that is, whether that's with friends, family, or otherwise. But I realize that may not resonate for everyone. It's a very specific message, and my heart goes out to you, to whoever that is for. But yeah, that's a very specific message there. Okay, I never get that with that card. Moving on. So for the tarot here, we have the Emperor. This is you and your strength and your ability and your knowledge. And I see you kind of listening to yourself, your inner voice, which is what the Oracle card was kind of speaking to as well. You kind of being in your power and your strength. And this can be, if this is talking about this card, what I was just talking about there, you kind of being bold and perhaps the person that people look up to and that people are coming to for help. And then we have the 10 of Discs, which is all about wish fulfillment and financial security, and that you have been building, it looks like, kind of like king of the castle energy here, especially with these two cards together here. So you've been building and you've been working on your home recently, and you've been working on the stability of your home and making that a loving, caring place, whether with your family and support is what I'm seeing here. So not just your actual physical building of your house, and perhaps you've been making some changes to your actual physical home and kind of moving into a new, bigger home, kind of making some forward movement there, but also really working on the dynamics of your family and the stability of your family at this moment in time. So that's kind of what I'm picking up there. In the present moment, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing for your benefit, that there is going to be some forward movement here for you, and this goes along perfectly with the Poised card in addition to the Empress. So this can be also divine counterpart, either that's coming in for you if you're looking for love. That can be a thing. This can also just be that you are working with your happy home, and that perhaps your divine counterpart, whether this is not gender specific, reading male or female, doesn't really matter, but for you, whoever that other person is for you, your soulmate that's coming, either is coming in for you, or that they are there supporting you in these changes that you are making, that you are feeling support, and that there's some changes that are going to be happening in relation with your family and your home at this moment in time, having to do with some changes that are happening with your significant other. So it could be that you're moving because a job is coming in for them, or that you might have some more financial support that comes in because of some benefits that they're going to be bringing in. That can be taken a lot of different ways, but whatever resonates for you there. And then we have the High Priestess. So this is all about your intuition, your inner knowing, your inner guidance, once again, that you're leaning on, and that is kind of coming towards you, and you kind of seeing the unseen at this moment in time, that this is the gift that you're being given and that you are sharing with others, and this abundance and fertility that you are being offered with what's kind of coming through here and what you've been working on. So this also has to do with work that you've put in. So you have been working on your home, you have been working on your relationship with the family, and it looks like there's some faded things that are happening for you in order to keep that abundance going, and that the hard work that you've been putting in previously is going to pay off for you. Okay, and then also in relation to this card, it has a lot to do, I see a lot of pentacles here, a lot of forward movement, and also there's a lot of major arcana. So a lot of what's happening for you at this moment in time is fated. A lot of it is fated and destined to happen. So, and you may be feeling that. You may be feeling that there are things kind of moving in a particular direction that, yes, is through hard work that you've put in, but also just that it's time and that things are aligning to kind of come through for you in a particular way. But this is all about continuing to do the work, and yeah. So I'm gonna leave it at that, Scorpio. I'm gonna go ahead and pull a oracle card. This is the Shaman's Dream Oracle. I'm gonna pull just one card here for you, and I will read from the book, and hopefully this gives a little bit more clarification or advice for you. And you're getting 3 cards, so so there's that. You have Stranger, which is curiosity. We have Crown Games, which is right use of power. Okay, and Root Girl. I'm going to go ahead and read from the book for these, so I'm going to try to do this. Here we go. The Other. Moving past fear of differences, curiosity, and acceptance. The stranger moves through the world in a shroud of darkness that often elicits fear, rejection, and uncertainty. As the danger of the unknown defines its very presence, yes, there is a veil of separation between you. Look closer and summon the courage to remain open to what you might find. You may be conditioned to look only for what mirrors what is safe and known to you, refusing to entertain any concept of other beyond something to fear. In order to broaden your world and your experience of it, you must refute the illusion that sameness is the only way. Nothing you expect externally matches up with the other, and you're challenged by your own inexperience, but don't miss this opportunity for learning. Something extraordinary is being offered to you now. If you remain curious and teachable, allow the newness to envelop you as you explore the possibilities. This is a departure from your expectations, but the stranger has come to invite you to dance to a new music, a new tempo, a new sensation that will add more dimension to you and what you create as a result. Now is the time to leave room for other points of view, other ways of seeing with humility and grace. This is a defining moment. Take the risk. Life is like a precious diamond with many facets, not just one. All right, let's do 8 here. Crown Games. Ooh, there's a lot here. Leadership, responsibility, accountability, right use of power. There is a game of power played by all people, whether they're conscious of it or not. It concerns who has it and who doesn't, how to get more of it and not to lose that which you have, how to wield it wisely and not to get drunk with it and cause harm. These are the matters you need to ponder now that you find yourself in the crown game too. You want to be on top, the best, the most effective, the most beloved. You may discover that your deep desire to help others is disguising the underpinnings of this complex game. Power and all it entails can be both dangerous and productive, destructive and redemptive. Which will it be for you? Can you forgive without condoning and keep your dignity when challenged? Will you be accountable, amenable to change or make amends? Can you let go of your need to rescue others? Lead with humility while letting others discover their way home. Now that you're learning that empowerment comes with a price and a sacrifice for sovereignty, this is a time to pick your battles, use strategy, and temper your reactions. You have the power to make a beautiful difference on behalf of others. You can see power as a currency that you must spend judiciously. True power is stewarded wisely, for it is given from the divine, not from the ego. In all your relations, the greatest beauty is when power is shared. If you are in a higher position, it is even more important to be kind and respectful. Ask for guidance. It will come when you choose compassion over your own goals and desires. When you stop caring about who wears a crown, true success and influence appear for you. Yeah, I'd say that oracle card is speaking to this area right here for what we were kind of talking about. So I'm gonna put it there. Wow. Okay. That one was a powerful one. Okay, next we have Root Girl. This is our last oracle card here. The disowned self, hidden beauty, the need for acceptance and love. Root Girl sits shivering, unclean and naked, at the base of the tree of the self. She is unloved, unwanted, and shunned for her deformities. She has no home, but is safe burrowing underground to dwell near the deepest roots of the sacred tree. Who is she to you? Could this urchin be the one part of you that reintegrated can lead you to wholeness and true purpose? This is a part of you, the embodiment of a deeply flawed perception of your failures, manifesting as guilt and shame. When you project envy onto others, or any emotion or instinct that you've learned to repress or deem unnatural, it's this homeless child self-crying for attention, acceptance, and love. You want to lash out, ignore it, push it aside, all the while refusing to acknowledge this ugly quality as belonging to you. But if you would only look into the Root Girl's eyes and see the beauty and the unmet need, your unmet need, you would realize that this part of you asks for your compassion and understanding. This part of you was born when you were wounded and were conditioned to believe you're not whole, that your expression of self is somehow too much or too little. You may have even inherited this creature from your ancestors. However, it was this child self came to be curled up at the roots of your sacred tree self. It's time to welcome her into your heart. When you do, everything you've been searching for becomes illuminated, and your path lights up with renewed purpose. When you come to love Root Girl and claim her as your own, accepting her and your humanity, she is transformed just as you are. Then all manner of magic begins to arrive in abundant form. Look for the beauty. Wow, that's a pretty powerful reading there, Scorpio. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm truly grateful. And for more clarification, please check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. If you like what I do, please like and subscribe. Down below, you should find a link for tips and donations if you choose to support the channel in that way. It is not expected, but genuinely appreciated if you decide to. Thank you so much, Scorpio, and I will see you next time.